Hey guys, welcome to Real Talk with Joe and Cody. I'm Joe, that's Cody. As always, we're
Hey,
here
hey,
to talk about everything
all
and
the
anything.
things.
We get on just before this and talk about what we plan to talk about, and we have no plan.
And it never turns out to be
No.
usually we have like, okay, let's talk about this. And then we go sideways and then we find a
Yeah.
way to just
Useful
go, well,
information
all
for
right.
people that are buying and selling in this market. Let's just make a list of it and then we go off the rails. So
Yes. Right. We get
hopefully
talking
people
about
just
blinking lights behind you.
oh, dude, this light. I spent no less than 10 minutes. There's 3 buttons on that thing that you cycle through. I feel like I've tried everything. The only setting they don't have is a solid color. Like there is no setting that gives you just a solid color. So right
That
now
one's
you
like
just
for
get
a
a
kid's
little
room.
show in the background. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I'd love
Speaking
if
of
we could
which,
pipe in some dance music.
I'm looking at new design stuff for the for home office, working
Yeah.
with an interior designer to do that. So it's
Are
exciting.
you really?
Yeah.
I like it.
It's gonna be good.
Man,
You're
good
gonna
for
have to
you.
come to El Casa de Joe and do a
Yeah.
in-person podcast.
Well, sign me up.
Anyways, it could be a ways out, but
Work my way
anyways,
down
just
there.
just in the process of thinking about it.
It's in the infancy.
We should do another house podcast. That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. You got any vacant listings?
We have a couple. Well, yeah, we have a couple. There's a cute little townhouse. We're gonna have a open house this weekend. Um,
Okay.
you should just go to that. Why don't you help me with that?
Might as well.
Uh,
When is it?
I got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Sunday we have an open house for 2 of our
Okay.
new houses that are
Nice.
coming up.
Nice.
Call us if you want to live in
Okay.
Wilsonville. We have a townhouse and a regular house. The regular house is really close to us. I'm not going to give away where we live
Ooh,
because the fans would, be
dude,
lined up
TMZ
outside.
would be
Would
all
be
over
lined
you.
up outside. But
Yeah.
one of the houses we have listed is very close by us.
Okay.
So
Nice.
for the one of you that's listening,
Now,
you can reach
was
out to
that
us.
a neighborhood like the neighbor close enough to you, or it's far enough away that it's not like a neighbor?
It's a neighbor close enough to
Okay.
me. Yeah,
Okay.
we would see
Nice.
each other.
You
Like we
just
would
do a little bit of
regularly. Am I
neighborhood
getting you
networking?
thinking about wanting to move to Wilsonville?
No,
like,
I was just
like
curious if it was like one of those where it happened to be that they contacted you and it was
oh,
through,
okay, yeah.
similar to you.
This is close enough to where we all knew each other. So
Okay.
close enough in the
Yeah.
neighborhood. Um,
'Cause that would be kinda funny if they, like, connected with you and they're like, "I'd love to sell my house," and you're like, "Dude, you live, like, 4 houses away from me. That's crazy."
yeah, we have a neighbor she's super sweet and she is connected to everyone in our neighborhood. Um,
Nice.
all 300 homes or something in our neighborhood, and she will like pitch us to anyone that's looking to sell. So she's
That's
great.
the best neighbor.
And yeah, she's awesome. So
Yeah.
awesome in a lot of ways, but she helps out with a lot of that stuff too.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice.
the real estate market.
Yep.
It's weird. We just had a listing appointment, 2 listing appointments yesterday, and basically telling people what I just said. It's weird. There
Mhm.
is there's no predictable thing that's going on. Everyone's like, "Oh, should we wait a couple months till spring or wait a couple weeks till the weather gets better?" It's like, yes, theoretically that all works historically,
Yeah.
but man, we have just seen an up and down in this market like crazy, and I don't know if it's going to change anytime soon.
I feel like it
Thoughts?
is. Yeah, I feel like it's, I don't know, like,
It is
normalizing
normal,
right
but
now.
it's not predictable, I
It's not
guess.
predictable, no.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like it's ki this is gonna sound really dumb. It's not predictable, but it doesn't feel as much like it's unpredictable. It's just kind of like it's just where we're at. Houses, at least this is what I get from people, is homes are sitting on the market longer. That's becoming a normal thing. It's actually becoming kind of like an advantage. It's being viewed as an advantage from the buyer side. I feel like sellers, you correct me if I'm wrong here, but seems like it's kind of, maybe there's a little bit more of a norm thinking, okay, the house might be on the market for a couple months. Buyers are more and more open and liking the idea of getting some additional credits and having some flexibility and feel like they get a little bit of a win out of it.
For
I
sure.
feel like this is one of the first little windows right now that we've had in years where it doesn't feel as much like there's a lot of frustration on the buyer's side. Felt like for a long time, it was like, "Oh, houses are just too much,
True.
payments too high,
That's
we
true.
can't really do anything." Now it's like, "Okay, cool, we can." Still doesn't feel like the perfect time, like this ideal situation, but it also feels like now's the right time for me, and let's just kind of let's see what we can
Yeah,
find. Like there's and I know that there's still sensitivity out there when it comes to if something's not quite right. People, I think, are a little more willing to walk and move on to the next place
for
rather
sure.
than like falling in love with that home. But it does feel more and more like there's becoming a little bit more of an excitement to it rather than like I don't want to buy now, but I have to, and this just sucks, but I got to
Yeah,
deal with
yeah,
it. It
for
feels
sure,
like there's a
for
little
sure.
more normalcy in that side of it. Um, but the unpredictability for sure, because you got some that are sitting there for months for no reason, really. Like seems like it's priced well, everything's good home. And then you get others that are bidding war like crazy. So
Yeah. I think there's 2 different personalities, though. I think you're talking a lot about buyers, which obvious for
yeah,
obvious reasons.
right.
Um, I think that 1, the predictability is not there. Yes, I think there's a stability, but the predictability isn't there in the sense
Hmm.
we've had we've had agents and colleagues talk to us about and clients get into these multiple bid scenarios still. The house has been on the market
Hmm.
for less than a week, multiple bids like the COVID time, and then we've had ones that are beautiful homes sitting forever for no reason. Like there is
It's
no
weird.
it's very hard to explain to sellers because it's like everything was set up to make this happen in the
Right.
right way, but this one in particular is not going. And there is no it's that's I think for a seller standpoint, it's very hard to discuss because we still do have sellers that are selling and getting multiple bids in a certain house. I would say that those homes tend to be the ones that are priced below market value or a very good deal.
Uh-huh.
But there are ones that are just like in that good range and people snatch them up. So
Yeah.
it's
Do you
crazy.
think
And then
it's
sellers, go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you think it's price related? Not necessarily like priced within the market, but like higher end, say 700 and above, where it's not your kind of starter home range. Are
Yeah, I
are
think
are
yes
there
and no.
differences there still?
There are like you really have to watch what is going on with each individual house. Like I think there's ultimately, it always comes down to price, you know, ultimately. If
Sure,
you
yeah.
lower the price of a home low enough, someone's coming in. I think because we don't have a heavy buyer pool, like it's not like there's a billion people looking for homes right now. It's more of a stable set of buyers looking for homes. You don't have the population of people coming to see the house in general, which then means less opportunity for an offer, which then means your house sits on the market longer. That doesn't necessarily mean your house is priced inappropriately. It just means that now you need to wait for a buyer to come into the market. Like it could be marketing. It could be that you didn't have an agent that marketed your property to the right people or to the right group or to the right websites and to the right social media. But it also could just be that there isn't a buyer right now that wants your particular home because of XYZ. It has nothing to do with that you are priced so high above market value that it's just ridiculous. So there's always that game playing, and it's not a game, but it's more of like that agent kind of figuring out what it is that is causing this. And I think that's
Yeah.
it's hard for everyone to digest because I think everyone still has in their mindset a few years ago where there was a billion people looking at every single price range. And now you're just going to see, you just have to sometimes wait for the right buyer to come in that hasn't seen it. That's like thinking about buying right now. They're talking to Cody about getting pre approved. And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, they come in tomorrow and see your place and you get a full price offer. So it's a crazy balance and patience and marketing and pricing.
Yeah.
So and it's always
Well
playing that like do you want to stay on the market longer and wait for that buyer or do you want to get it pushed down to a price that more buyers are coming in, that more
mm,
buyers are there and they're like
yeah,
here I am. I love that house and now it's in our price range. So
sure.
yeah, it's a tough game to play for sellers, especially the ones that are doing the um coming out of COVID. They bought in COVID and they're coming out
Yeah.
now to sell. It's been really tough for them because
Yeah, I
that
bet.
whole 100,000, over asking price that you gave during COVID is just not returning the same.
Yeah.
Like no one's giving
Right.
you 150,000 over what you paid. And
Mhm.
so that's been difficult to talk to clients about like taking that hit on their
Oh, I bet.
on their home. So Yeah,
Yeah, because
it's
it
not a bad market. I don't wanna this is kind of a doom and gloom right now, but I
no,
think
I
for
think
buyers, it's super healthy. I think for sellers, it's healthy ultimately. It's just kind of the you have to have patience, like, at a certain point. This
yeah,
is a normal market. I remember my in-laws saying, like, 90 days was not uncommon, just that you sat for 90 days, like, waiting for a buyer to come in to the market.
sure.
3 months. Like, that
Yeah,
sounds unheard of, but it is like,
right,
that's not. It's, that way and you got full price. Like, it wasn't like you waited 90 days and then everyone's, like, undercutting, the price. It just
sure.
was what it was. So, yeah, it's an interesting market.
Mhm.
Interesting.
It is, yeah, but I'm noticing it more and more too with buyers where it is more of a specific home than it is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
generalized, like, this is our criteria of what we're looking for, and I'm talking about buyers a lot because I don't really deal with sellers on the financing side, so it's, like,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
more of my perspective on that, but it seems to be more like less of, "Yeah, there's some places out there that would work, and we're gonna pick this one because we've looked at 10 of them, and this seems to
yeah,
be the best one, and I think it's a good fit for us." Now it's like, "No, no, 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 boom, okay, there's one,"
for
and that
sure,
process might take 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, however long, but
for
it does
sure.
seem more house specific, and I get some people that are like that, like, I've worked with them for years now, and they've been interested in maybe 2 or 3 homes, and then they find that one, and it's like, "This
Yeah,
is the one. We're gonna offer on it. We've been looking at the market. We're very, very specific on what we're looking for," and I feel
yeah,
like
yeah,
time allows that too, rather than feeling like, "Ah, you're gonna miss out on every one," so I think there's that good healthy balance. I know we kinda talked about it last week too, but, from the buyer side where it's like, "Okay, I can kinda sit back and see,
for sure,
do we wait?" Because then if there is a price drop, like you said, then there's gonna be how many more people are gonna be interested in this place? We're already kind of interested, but now that it's 20 grand lower, now everybody's gonna be interested,
for
so
sure. I also think, for sellers and buyers out there, like sellers, I think a lot of people are doing their first look online. Like there's virtual
yeah,
tours, there's drone footage, there's real videos, there's YouTube videos of all these houses that are marketed well that a buyer can come through your house real time, basically, without having
mhm,
to go to it. So we're seeing less showings, like, maybe more serious buyers come from that. So
yeah,
there's a lot of factors that go into it. And I think sellers that don't necessarily see a lot of showings are like, what's going on with my house? It's like, well, your house gets seen a lot online, like, and it weeds out the people that are completely not wanting it,
yeah,
and gets people that have like, "Hey, I've seen the 3D tour. I've walked in every room. I need to confirm, that I love
yeah,
this place." And it may not work when they see it in person, but I think there is a lot of online that people are doing a lot of shopping. Like you said with your buyers, you see a lot of people like, they look at Zillow every day. They get notifications
mhm,
every day. They're looking at houses every single day so that when they hit, they're like, "That's the one." Like, they know a lot more. We have a lot more buyers that are more knowledgeable about the market, the home they want, the
mhm,
style they want, the paint color. They can really hone it in on their phones, and then when they
yeah,
see it, they're like, "There we go. That's the one."
yep,
So, a lot less looking around, like, touring for 15 homes in 2 days,
yeah,
like, they've
yeah,
already toured those 15 homes online. So, just because you may
exactly,
not get showings to sellers, like, it doesn't necessarily mean people aren't looking at your home. It's tough to
mhm,
not get feedback, but
sure,
yeah. So, anyways.
so it always ebbs and flows.
Yes, for sure, and it's not even ebbing and flowing right now. No
No,
one knows
no,
what
but
it
it's like
is. Like,
yeah,
it
it's
could be
just
next
like
week, it could be whatever, so,
yeah.
eh,
Yeah, that's I
good
guess part of
times.
that stability what feels like a stable market right now, where it's
For
like
sure.
there's not a lot of big changes, there's
Yeah.
not a lot of chaos. I mean, from the mortgage side, rates wise, we're
You got
still
back down,
seeing
right? A little bit?
the little bit back down, but then
Then it
today
went
they've
back
gone
up?
back
Oh,
up.
okay.
So it's like
Okay.
we're still until this war gets finished, I don't think that we're gonna see too much of an improvement anywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
I know the Fed's meeting today, like now. Um, and I guess we'll see what happens if they raise. I know they're not talking about lowering, so it'll either be holding steady or raising.
okay.
But I don't think that we're going to see a whole lot of change. I think we're going to kind
Change,
of
yeah,
sit in this pocket here for a while until it ends, and then we might start to see some improvement. But
yeah,
yeah,
okay.
so which
Um,
is again stable, right? It's
yeah,
not like
yeah,
things are going up; they're
for
just
sure.
not going down. So
It's just a different market.
different
Um,
baseline.
we are doing speaking of this different market, we're doing a buyer's,
Mm,
webinar specifically for buyers. I think sellers should pay attention to it though, because it gives an insight into what buyers are doing right now. But we're
yeah.
doing a webinar, you and I, in May. That'll be coming out soon. So pay attention to our social media because we'll be putting out what we're doing. It'll be a live webinar, so you guys can ask questions right then. You can kind of follow up with anything we have. Correct Cody and I if you wanted, and
Yes.
we're happy to answer any questions that, more particularly like buyers that are like, "Do I buy right now, or what's the deal?" But also sellers. It'll give you an insight into what buyers are facing, what they're seeing, so that you as a seller can know kind of the dynamic of buyers. So I think it'll be a good webinar. I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to it.
I'm excited.
Um, yeah, so stay tuned for that. Also, join our Venture with Joe and Cody. We do a weekly podcast.
Mhm.
What else? What else? That's it. Join our social media.
Those are
Buy
our
homes with
things.
Cody. Sell and
Yeah,
buy homes with me.
that's right.
That's pretty
It's
much it.
simple, simple.
It's a very
We're
simple
not
life.
asking that much, are we?
If you just buy and sell with Cody and I,
Right.
your life is all of your wildest dreams come true.
Yes. Yes, and then tell your friends and family.
Well, it's good to see you. We'll see you at
You too.
Adventure with Joe and Cody coming
That's
up
right.
this week. Yeah, we'll talk to you later, man.
Alright, man. We'll see ya.
Okay, see ya.